Hi guys, welcome. It's nighttime now, and this is going out on all channels, not just YouTube, but it's going to go out on Facebook too, and on my Crystal channel. The reason why is because we're at a point right now, a pinnacle of the world in utter chaos, literally. People don't know what to believe, what to do. Many people are frightened, many people are upset, many people are really in fear at the moment. I wanted to share a story first of all, because the reason why is because I want to get to a point where I'm going to express myself to everybody, and hopefully it might help you along the journey, and may in the future bring great comfort to you, and I'll explain why. There was a little boy and a granddad. They were going through villages with a donkey, and as they approached the first village, the grandfather said, "Please get on the donkey and you have a rest for a while." As they approached the village, many of the villagers were angry, in fact quite abusive, and saying to the little boy on the donkey, "How dare you? It should be your granddad who's on the donkey, not you. You're young, you're strong, you shouldn't do this." And everybody pointed the finger at the little boy. The little boy obviously cried. And when they passed that village, the little boy decided to jump off the donkey, and he said to his granddad, "Please, granddad, you get on the donkey." So the granddad gets on the donkey and they approach another village. As they approached, lots of people came out and judged and pointed and said to the granddad, "That's disgusting, the poor donkey, riding that donkey. You should know better. You should know better. Poor donkey." Of course, the granddad was very, very upset, felt very bad because of everybody pointing the finger at him. So they both agreed that they would carry the donkey, both of them on their back, to the next village. As they approached the next village, they were crossing a bridge with a river, and of course they lost their footing and the donkey fell into the river and was washed away. The moral of the story is, if you try and please everybody, you might as well wave goodbye to your ass. So where I'm going with this is really simple. If you have a belief, if you have a gut feeling, if you feel there's something at this moment in time not quite right, and you listen to the information, whether that be mainstream media, whether that be alternative thinking, whatever it is, you can only make your judgment by what you're being told and what you feel from others and around you. You have free will in this world, and you will make a choice. You will say, "This sits right, this is what I know, all I know, so this is my information." And like many of us, we're trying to understand what's going on right now. Many of us are sharing our information. We may not be right, we may not be wrong. We may be right, we may be wrong. Who knows? Nobody really truly knows. But the moral of this story is that no matter what people say, if you are truly a beacon of light, you will not mock, you will not belittle, you will not scream and shout, you will not point fingers, and you will not judge. You will simply accept and go, "Okay, that's their point of view. I respect your point of view." Now, for many years, in fact, let's go back a bit. As a child, I went to a school, and the school I went to had prison bars all around the windows. Anybody else who went to my school would have said, "No, there was no prison bars." But to me, there were invisible prison bars. I questioned religion. I questioned having to put my hand up to go to the toilet. I questioned many things. and I was deemed a bad person. You see, through my life, I see what I see, and I speak my truth. Whether that truth is real or not, right or wrong, it is my truth. And I respect people no matter how crazy our theories may be, how different, how unique, how boring, how mundane, how mainstream thinking, or how whatever. It is what it is. It makes communities. It makes conversation. Now you have to ask yourself one thing. Why are you getting angry with people? Everybody has a purpose in life. Everybody. And that purpose is unique to each person. And this is why I always say to you, listen, there are people out there doing good in this world. There are people out there doing bad in this world. There are people out there shining a light for the good of humanity. There are people shining a light for the good of whatever. The ozone layer, the dolphins, chemtrails, political, spiritual, religion. That's what makes us. That's what makes this world. If you want to all agree to the same thing, the world would be boring. So I guess I think it's really served me well. And I will stand here with my hand on my heart and say it. I have never mocked, ridiculed, laughed, and told people they're idiots or you should know better. I would never do that, and I have never done it. Because by being non-judgmental, you observe, you learn, you experience. You are the clever one because you are watching and looking at everything being said and done. And you are slowly but surely putting your own take and pieces together. You've seen people getting angry with each other. You see this, you see that. But you observe. You don't interact and fight. You observe. And the reason why you don't interact and fight is simple. Because that energy brings you down. Now, there is a balance in life when you want to share something that may be a little bit controversial. You balance it up with love. So you learn to be as balanced as possible, but still serve your purpose. It's called your truth. So you may be saying, Mark, you know what? There's bad things going on and this is the reason why. And I'd say, well, that's wonderful. I'll take that on board and I'll see how that feels. And let's see how that goes. Somebody might say another thing and I'll say, okay, I'll take that on board, see how it feels. I get literally thousands of messages of different thoughts and feelings. But I don't go down the path of getting angry and sad. And when I do, I have to snap out of it and say, it's okay. It's all an illusion and everything will be fine. So to finish off, my feeling right now, if we want to raise this vibration of awareness and understanding, it is utmost important that we don't lose our temper. We don't get so sad and fearful. We stand strong, we become the lion, and we become stronger than the chaos around us. And my message to you is that if you are mocking, laughing, pulling people down, or pushing your truth on people, I've said it before, never force your opinion on people. Because if you've ever tried to force feed a little baby, you know what happens. It gets spat right back out on you. When we share with love. When we share, we do our best to make it as balanced as possible. There are certain things which are hard to put forward without partly fear within the message, because we're frightened. We don't want mandatory vaccines. We don't want to lose monetary paper money. We don't want to live in a society where we're strangled. So there are certain things that I do put out there which are a little bit controversial, that may be a little bit that rocks people's boats. And I have been told many times you're meant to be a beacon of light, and I do my best to be a beacon of light. But I've always stood for what I've believed. 16 years I have always stood for what I believe. Just like in school, as a child, if I see something that's not right, I will speak my truth. And I only expect you to do the same. But I will not ridicule, mock, laugh at somebody else, belittle them, and tell them they're an idiot, stupid, a quack, a tinfoil hat wearer, a conspiracy theorist, an idiot. These are the things that we have to learn to grow up. We have to learn to be mature now more than ever, because there's nothing worse than that energy, because you know as well as I, anger is infectious. So be warmed in a loving way. Learn from somebody who's experienced attack after attack for many years and who's risen above it and always been true to his belief. My belief changes from week to week, moment to moment, thought from thought. And that bothers people. I thought you were this. So why are you this now? Because I choose to be. Because like everything in the world, nothing stays still. We are all work in motion. We are all work in progress. By understanding that, we grow, we flow, and we box clever. So today, my message to you is clear. Don't mock, don't hate, don't ridicule, don't laugh at other people. Simply observe them, allow them to be who they are, because you know what? It's not for you and me to tell anybody to be anything other than what they are and how they are. There is nothing wrong with sharing your truth in a way that people can go, wow, I didn't think about that. I didn't realize that. But if you mock somebody because you know in your heart that your truth is your truth, you've killed it, because you've mocked them. You've laughed at them. You've ridiculed them. You've put a barrier up instantly. So the truth means nothing anymore, because you've already created a barrier. So you can't share your truth in a way that ridicules, that mocks. Truth is best served with a loving heart, with a kind heart. Have a great evening, guys, wherever you are. Love you all. Keep shining, and whatever you believe, I am happy for you to believe that. I really am. And good for you for having a belief and standing up and believing in your belief. Now that is a beautiful thing. Have a great evening wherever you are. From my heart to yours. Take care. Bye for now.